If you have no direction in life, if you feel like you did everything you could, or things are not that clear for you, there is something you can do still. The reason you went astray, or the reason you lost your flame, is because you chose multiple targets, or you chose one target and you deviated the course. It's one of these two, right? And so the reason you lose sight of your goal is actually a sequence of doing things in a wrong way. So if you have things you want to achieve or something you want to get, I'll show you in this video how to go about it. We're gonna take a step-by-step approach on how one can transform in, let's say, less than 6 months in all these 3 domains, right? Health, money, and relationships. If you want to bring a serious change in your life, this is the video you need to watch. I'm not joking. I have the best way of transforming yourself in less than 6 months to become a completely different person, an unrecognizable person. With this method, you will become somebody new and you will know how to deal with every goal in your life. Let's put the first point, time. Time is the only condition we all run by. We don't have 1,000,000 years, we only have a few years. We can make the most and can bring the most impacts into the world, right? So this is the, not the enemy as some people consider it, or some other people consider that life is short, or you don't have the means to get what you want. So you have your time, what else you have? You have to deal with to match up and actually get your goals. You have your nervous system, and your goals, just like that. This is the exact thing you need to look at when you want to change anything for the better at yourself. Right, let's take them one by one. Time is the multiplier. Okay, literally everything you do is multiplied by time. Everything you do, you must consider time. Just like one of the philosophers said, memento mori, time is the same. It's a multiplier. You must have time constantly in mind with whatever thing you're doing, right? What do we have at time? We have days, months, and years. This is how we measure time, and this is what it's made of. All the goals you will achieve will fall into these quadrants, into these segments, I would say. So now that we know your time is a multiplier, we deduce from here that it acts as a compound effect. Next, your nervous system. What we want to have a look at here is your ability to act on a goal. This is where you train yourself to become a new person, right? Let's write this down. Here are the nervous system. You train yourself to act. This is how you become a new person, right? Remember, this is how you transform yourself. You act under the compound effect. This is all you have to know for now about the nervous system. You train yourself to act. You take consistent action, be it going to the gym or making your listings work or spying on competition or reading their reviews or anything else, right? This is you training yourself to act because you're doing something you haven't done before. This is called persistence. You will encounter a lot of resistance from your nervous system, but this is how you go through every obstacle you have, right? This is how you train yourself to act in specific ways that guarantee results. And we're going to talk about those in a minute. Here we have acting in specific ways. There we go. So you're acting in specific ways to guarantee you the result and the time. Next, we have the goals. What goals are is basically your targets. Never under any circumstance begin your day without having a plan. Jim Rohn said it, Tony Robbins said it, and so many other people highly recommend we have a target all the time. You must never start your day without having a target. Have a notebook, a notepad, and on it you design your day. Basically, you write your targets, what you want to achieve for that day. Alright, so never start your day without a plan. This is something crucial you need to understand. It's a very important bit. The way I do it, the way I suggest you do it, as soon as you begin a new year or the new year resolution, you make yourself a plan and stick to it. If the universe has something else to bring into or to change your plans, that's fine. But your ability to plan is paramount. Keep it, hold it, and everyday plan. At the beginning of every year, I said, you set yourself some target and then you take action daily on those targets, okay? You not necessarily might want to achieve that outcome, although it's good, but what you want to do is to consistently have a target, because if you don't, the people will assign you a target, and it's as easy as that to lose focus of your target. If you look around you, you will see many people drifting through life. Why is that? It's because they only dream small, and so their actions will be small. But once you allow yourself to dream in a way, that is to set goals, with other words, bigger, and set those goals as big as you possibly can envision for your ability as of now, then you have a chance to achieve them. Then you can become a bigger person. You become a bigger person by setting goals. And we're going going to talk about how you can achieve that by training your nervous system under time. Basically, you kind of get the picture now, right? I'm going to give you some examples later so you can understand. But talking about goals, from now on, you will never start your day without a plan, okay? There we go. Always have an agenda where you jot down what you're gonna do that day, what happened, like a mini journal, you know. Although I highly recommend you have an online journal, it's best to have a physical copy instead of a digital one when you write down your goals. But remember, I think Winston Churchill said, plans are of little importance, but planning is essential. Always plan. Always plan. Plan in advance. If you don't want to end up like the majority of people going through life drifting aimlessly, what life is that, right? You need to analyze yourself to see what you're doing wrong, but always make sure you plan. Always have a plan. Have a sense of direction in your life, bro. That's why you're failing. That's why you don't have what you want. You keep forgetting because you don't keep planning. But if you always plan, you will have a direction, and your unconscious mind will help you in achieving those plans. Even if you don't see how for the moment, it will help you a lot. Plan. The school never teaches this, you know? They don't want you to know that you will need to plan everything. Of course, there is room for surprises from life, but that's a different story. You will always have to plan for your goals. Right, and here we go. First of all, we have acting in specific ways. I want to talk about this because this is the most important thing. This right here. This is one of the most important steps you can do. Why? Because you can get away with the compound effect. You can get away without planning, but without this you can't do anything, because this is you basically. These are out of your control to a certain extent, but this is you behaving yourself in a specific way that will ensure at least coming close to your goal, but still is better than to achieve nothing. So acting in specific ways, let's talk about that. What do I mean by acting in specific ways? Take it slowly, take it easy, chip away at things. Don't go rushing trying to do everything. Always have in mind that time will pass anyway, but you, with your behavior, you can start slowly and build a castle in time, brick by brick. You are only given a day at a time, so what's left for you to do, and as your duty, is to make use of that time and use it as a compound effect, chipping away slowly at things, right? Let me give you an example. The best example would be when you go to the gym, or if you want to go to the gym. You don't go lifting all the heavy weight. You start slowly and build yourself slowly. But you will have to go to the gym. Let's say that's a non-negotiable. You go in there. But what you do there under time is gonna define who you become at the end. This is how the compound effect works. This is how you behaving in a certain way, in a specific way, works. Okay? So you go into the gym and you lift the 5 kg dumbbells. You start slowly and you will chip away, you will sculpt the body. The day will come when you will want to lift heavier. But before then, don't even bother trying to do what you haven't done in years. No. If you want to ride a motorbike, don't get the most expensive and the most powerful motorbike. No, just first ride a scooter. If you want to make money, don't start by spending a lot of money. No, try to produce more than you consume and the way will be clear. How do you make a business? You simply start by copying what works, but you do it step by step and you try. You post content, you see what listings works, you upload, and you make money like this. But don't expect overnight success. Don't believe in that. That's not how it works. And on the internet, the long tail is rewarded. Gary Vee said it, right? So you have your time and acting in specific ways. Acting in specific ways means acting smart. First, you observe, okay? Let me write this here, okay? We have observe. You observe and you act. This is smart acting, got it? You observe and you act. Or instead of observing, you do what you feel properly to do, but you do something, got it? Something around your goal that's gonna help you achieve your goal. You either observe or you feel, okay? Let me write intuition. Simply, you observe and you act. You gotta take small steps, very, very small steps that will not fail. Remember, that will not fail. Right, let's move on to the next. First of all, it's like this. You observe and then you plan. You write with green like this. Observe, you plan, you have then small actions, and then your goal achieved. You have your goal achieved at the end. So first of all, you observe or you feel something inside you, a call for action, or something that has to do with your goal, right? You first observe. Don't get me wrong, you first set your goal, but you want to achieve it. So you first observe what you have to do about your goal, okay? So this is how it goes. And then you plan. You start planning every day. You have a day at a time. Make sure it's planned around your goal. You will not succeed otherwise. you will have to plan your days around your goal. And then daily, you will start to take small actions. You will start to chip away at things. It will not fail because you will take action and your goal will be achieved. It will be achieved. There is no guarantee, of course, but your goal has a higher chance of being achieved if you follow this equation. At the end, when you try this, for example, for 6 months, you take small action on your business, right? You observe, you plan, and then you take small actions. Your goal will be achieved. No guarantee, of course, because it's dependent on every individual. Some people have a higher degree of tolerance for pain or for change, I would say, or getting away from their comfort zone, with other words. So their actions will be dependent on individuality. There is no guarantee, of course, but to observe and to plan is a constant for everyone, is an absolute almost, right? The degree to which you observe, of course, is dependent on how self-aware you are of yourself, of course, and how self-aware you are of yourself and to the degree to which you interact with others. You don't put yourself first, you put others, and also a direction and a long-term goal that will involve others as well. That has to do with maturity. So there is always a cap in there to how much you can observe, right? Looking at yourself as a stranger would, again, cold-blooded, like a snake. So always, and your plan has to be daily with you on your phone. Right after you write it down on paper, take a picture of it and watch it, look at it every day, right? Plan. Take small actions, even a few minutes a day. You can still plan. You can take from a few minutes to a few hours a day, and you will achieve your goal depending on how big it is. And this also is related to how much you can see or how much you can do with regards to your technical ability and your self-image. So this specific way is a small action. Got it? Don't forget. Compound effects. Now that we know that this is dependent on how much you are aware and also the fact that you have to plan, these small actions need one more thing, one more catalyst, one more element to achieve your goal. And that element is the compound effect. Got it? Is time. The small actions add up over time. You will not be able to transcend your current condition if you don't take small actions under time. Okay? Let me write it here. This is very crucial you understand how time works. Never forget that your small actions have to come under time. Each and small action is multiplied by time. Let's say times 10 for the long-term future, right? Remember, this is a multiplier. It will multiply your actions times 10. Where do I take this 10? Well, hypothetically, if we compare yourself with other people, then you have a higher degree of achieving your goal. So this is my coefficient, I would say. Nice. Another distinction here, small actions, you will have to work at them, bro. When the time comes, when you know you have to do the work, you will have to do it, alright? There is nobody else to do that work for you. Here is the formula to achieve any goal you want. Daily, you take small actions. Here, you have 6 minutes, and here, you have a day. Got it? I hope you understand. What can you achieve in 6 minutes a day? Something that most people never achieve in a lifetime. You can write a book in 6 minutes a day. Of course, you have more than 6 minutes a day when you are with yourself, and so you can use more than 6 minutes a day. But this is the minimum. If you think that's not enough for you, it means you're not ready yet for the change. So think about it. Maybe you need more maturity or more life experience or more hardships to understand that this is the minimum required. 6 minutes or 6 hours. If you had 6 hours, you would not have watched this video so far. So your problem is not in the minutes, your problem is in the level of your awareness. Till next time, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next ones.